Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Wait a minute. Where are my buttons? That's interesting. Oh, here they are. Welcome to the night shift at DJ Kevin Stew. It's another Tuesday night right here. It's called Healthy Love. And I want to say big ups to all those who have it locked right now. Those on TuneIn Radio, the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. One Harmony Radio, top of the morning to you. WGLRO, with a Dawn and Walk Up morning show, taking you from the sheets to the streets, from Detroit to Denmark and everywhere in between. Big ups to you. Those on PEMGTV.com. Welcome. And of course, right here at the home of the night shift, KevinStew.com. Welcome. Glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you, and you have my word. I wouldn't even try. Ooh yeah. It's on a bass. AKA Trilogy. That's what it's called. Harder. Like I said, the track is called Harder. When your bumper link up with my zipper. She said when I push it back and you're harder like this, I want to push back. Push it back and you're harder to be. I love it. I want to say thanks to Pulse Media Group for sponsoring this segment of the show. When being in a moment is priceless, Pulse Media can take care of your needs. Give them a call, 754-999-6020, or visit them at pulseemg.com. What can they do? Weddings, graduations, parties. If you want to just capture it, video or still photography. Well, if it's photography, it should be still, shouldn't it? If you want to do something like what I'm doing right here on kevinstew.com, the site, the video on the site, Get them a call. They can hook you up with that too. They can take care of it. Like I said, 754-999-6020. PulseEMG.com. You know, one of the interesting things about Pulse, you know, they not only can help you build your site or build it for you, but they can host it also. My site is hosted on Pulse Media's server. So, I'm just saying. I think they're worth a call. Once again, advertising is available on kevinstew.com and right here on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Let's give me a call. 773-789-STEW. That's 773-789-7839. And we can talk about it. Now, tonight, we're talking about... Probably should change this, shouldn't I? Tonight, we're talking about prostate health. And so, there was this video that I saw on social media where this young lady, she sounds young, I didn't see her, was talking about prostate health. And she made a very distinct statement, which goes something along the lines of this whole thing about ejaculations is foolishness when it comes to prostate health. And I thought to myself, it's been a while since we spoke about men's health, and lately we've been talking a lot about mental health. And the root of that, as I was told recently by a woman, is men. Yes, I wasn't told that by a historian or anything. I was told by a woman. She wasn't a historian, no. But so I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and address this. Let's take a little bit of a look at it. We've spoken about it before. What's wrong with talking about it again? It's one of those things that don't go away. So there's always somebody that needs to hear this information. So what do we have to lose? Absolutely, positively nothing. So if you can name a gland in the male body that is essential for fertility, but not for erections, just fertility. I need to stop beating up this mic. And one that happens to enlarge rather than shrink with age, then you should, by all indications, you should come up with the prostate. Now, because the prostate, as men age, because of the prostate, as men age, they are more likely to look at things like travel as a series of restroom stops. Yeah, and you probably never heard of it that way, but yeah, that's kind of how it is. Navigating to the grocery store, the gas station, or to our friend's house for poker night. All these incorporate nearby restroom stops. Although it's not the end of the world, it may be the end of long road trips. You know, there was a time when you'd say road trip and everybody go, yes. Well, as men age, those road trips are more like bathroom break. Yes. Just like reading glasses. Go figure. Just like reading glasses, it's another reminder that things are not what they were when you were younger. The prostate is about the size of a walnut, and it sits at the base of the penis. It wraps around the urethra. It kind of just sits right around it. Quite nice. Now, a fancy term for the enlargement of the prostate is benign prostatic hypertrophy. That's benign prostatic, not prosthetic, but prostatic hypertrophy, BPH for short. For reasons that are still not clear, the prostate continues to grow bigger as a man gets older. And this is the cause of the urination issues that occur in half of all men by age 60, and in almost all men by the age of 80. So, why couldn't the penis enlarge and the prostate shrink? That's probably the question that is on the lips of most men, and possibly some women. Prostatic enlargement is pretty much inevitable. It's one of those things that just is. And the urinary symptoms associated with it are treated with pills, which are called alpha blockers, which essentially enlarge the urethra channel by relaxing the muscle fibers within it. So it doesn't shrink the prostate, but it enlarges the urethra. You can start with herbals like that of the woody shrub saw palmetto. And it is spoken about a lot when you're talking about men's health and prostatic health. There's woody shrubs, saw palmetto, pumpkin seeds, which are high in zinc. There is stinging nettle extract. There's pygenum. There's ryegrass or beta cytosterol extract. I've never actually heard of that one. But there's also your cruciferous vegetables, your cauliflower, your broccoli, that are good for that. But in randomized trials, herbals take a distant second place to alpha blockers. And then you have other drugs called 5-alpha reductase. 5-alpha reductase inhibitors, to be specific. And they actually shrink the prostate gland by 1/3 of its size and also can help in urination. Now, if these pills don't keep you peeing straight and strong, then there are various indescribable procedures that can remove the excess prostatic tissue. And quite so. Some of them involve lasers, believe it or not, which seem to make the process a whole lot easier. The prostate can also become inflamed, which is called prostatitis, which occurs in about 10% of men at least once during their lives. I fall in that 10%. I had prostatitis about 4 months ago. Not a pleasant experience. The diagnosis is not subtle, as most men with prostatitis pee firewater several times an hour. That's a good way to describe it. And ways that you can go about avoiding this includes good hydration, regular timed voiding and treating BPH when it occurs. Now, the it's one of the things, and I had presented on prostatitis, and one of the things I had discovered about it is nobody knows when, where, or who. It just shows up. And to be in the 10 percentile, I don't know if I should be honored or upset. Either way, I'm here today and I can say I have been through it. So it's definitely not a death sentence, but it is definitely scary when it happens the first time. Yeah, as you experience that, for that initial experience of it, it's quite scary because the last time everything was fine. This time something is strange. You know, the urine doesn't flow the same and it doesn't feel the same. So basically what you would end up with is, oh, it is so much not the same and it is so very unpleasant. But it's the reality of it. It is not permanent. Yes, it is treatable. So that too makes that part of it makes it a good thing. That is treatable. And it reminds us that, hey, listen, there are certain things that we should be doing, men, to take care of ourselves, and sometimes we just neglect them or we take them for granted. Don't do it. Do not do it. Now, the last issue with the prostate is by no means a small one. It harbors the most common solid cancer in men. The prostate does. Fortunately, despite the fact that prostate cancer can only rarely cause symptoms, most cases are caught early and cure rates are extremely high. So that's a good thing. The other good thing is that prostate cancer is much more slow growing than other cancers, doubling in size every 2 to 3 years instead of every 4 to 6 months. So it takes some time before it has really grown out of proportion. Now, as such, typically a man is 8 to 10 times more likely to die of heart disease than to die of prostate cancer. Sounds weird, right? But because it's such a slow growing cancer. Now, to add some complications to the mix though, prostate cancer increases with a man's age. The risk. And actually the frequency and growth. Now that means many men have it, but they don't know it. Which is fine as long as something else gets you first. Although genetics play a role in the development of prostate cancer, there are things that you can do to prevent it. And some of those things is really we're going to touch on those things as we go through tonight. And so you'll hear me mention a thing here and a thing there. But we'll come to where we get to talking about how what the relationship is between the prostate and ejaculation later on in the show. We have to lay some ground rules first. We have to lay some foundation, some build up to it. You know, you don't just jump in and get to the end. You have to build up to it. So, some things you can do includes following a heart-healthy, low animal fat, low carbohydrate diet. And that is key to cancer prevention. Also, you want to toss in some exercise. weight management, and stress reduction. Have some stress in your life? Divorce it. I did not say divorce her. I said divorce it. The stress. You're encouraged to enjoy fruits and vegetables that are high in antioxidants to protect your body from cancer causing oxidants. You also want to probably get some soy and some green tea because they're actually good for the prostate. Now, you don't want to overdo it with the soy because soy has estrogen like properties. So, you want to be careful with that. Eat more fish, which is a good source of omega 3 fatty acids, as obesity has been linked with prostate. Also, you want to consider limiting your sugar intake. And last but by no means least, there's good data to suggest that certain classes of pills used to slow BPH, your 5-alpha reductase inhibitors, can reduce the occurrence of low-grade prostate cancer by 25%. So I'm not big on the pharmaceutical stuff, but when you take into consideration something like that, yeah, you might want to look into it. No, that is something that that's one of those pills that men might want to swallow, literally. So, for obvious reasons or various reasons, you don't want to ignore the prostate. Attend to it before it disrupts the flow of your daily life. All pun intended. And that means taking great care of the body around it. In addition, the American Urological Association recommends screening for prostate cancer between the ages of 55 to 70 years of age. Did I say ages of 55 to 70 years of age? Well, yeah, we don't need the of age at the end, right? So, between ages of 55 to 70. Compared to a root canal, having a prostate screening is much easier. Actually, most screenings are easier compared to a root canal. It involves a quick rectal exam and a blood test for PSA. Now, the urologist would say things like happy prostate, happy life. I can tell you personally, happy prostate, happy life. I also did a PSA test recently, which for my age, I'm right in the zone. I'm right in what baseball players call the wheel well. I'm in the right place for my PSA. For those of you who don't know what PSA is, it's your prostate specific antigens. And that's an indicator of what that there's something going on with your prostate, so I'm right there in the correct range for my age where PSA is concerned. So I'm good to go right now. Although I had prostatitis, it is not a sure sign that I'm going to have prostate cancer. And as it stands right now, I am healthy. How many of my brothers out there can say the same thing? Have you checked your prostate recently? And I know, especially if you're from the Caribbean, there is stigma associated with a prostate test. But we know we don't really like the word stigma. And all the stigmas that are out there, we kind of work to get rid of them. So go ahead, get your prostate checks done. Get your digital rectal exam, do your blood test, and eat healthy, exercise, and maybe, just maybe, you want to toss in a little bit of something else. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we'll look at some diet and exercise tips that help with prostate health. If you have some tips, if you know something that works, go ahead and share it. 773-7892 gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. Let me know what works or what you've heard works. Let's talk about it. Go ahead and jump into the stew pot. The stew pot is located on kevinstew.com. What is it? It is the interactive portion of the kevinstew.com. Others call it a chat room. We're fancy. We call it the stew pot. It's where we keep things bubbling. The water is always fine. Come on in. Let's have some fun. We'll be right back after these few messages. Call a friend, tell a friend. We're talking about prostate health. Specifically, the relationship between the prostate, and ejaculation. But we're going to get there.
Pulse Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulse Media Group.
Are you crazy about the music industry? You aspire to hit it big in music? Or maybe you've sweated out a soulful killer beat and are now stuck finding it's not as easy as it looked. Oh, but it can be easy for you with JTMC. We've been there. We know how it feels. So we solve challenges like production, promotion, marketing, branding and development, and more. With over 30 years of experience, JTMC is a one-stop shop for artists. We handle your graphic design, writing services, PR, as well as event planning, e-blasts, artist management, and bookings, so also your website and social media needs as well. We're experts in using creativity to persuade audiences on behalf of artists, drawing on our diverse experience to create projects that connect with audiences intellectually and emotionally. Artist success is everything to us, and our years of experience and commitment will be behind you for every one of your needs. If you've got music for the world to hear, whether you're a new or established artist, visit us at jtmcenterprise.com.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today
The only thing I didn't learn today
The only thing I didn't learn
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine to representing word and honor. Celestia DJ Kevin Stew.
Can I dance?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Wise music.
Baby, you got me wanting ya. I like the way you got me feeling. All the ladies that be on ya. You don't pay them no attention. Baby, you the only one for me. You know I never leave you lonely. Even though them other boys want me, I never let them get up on me. You know now and then I can't stand you. You keep me busy, you a handful. Everything about you I can handle. Baby, we nodded like a band too. Baby, bring your body over. Let the rhythm take over. Let the rhythm take over. Oh, you move it like a samba. Your rhythm like a conga. Making my body rumba. Samba. If you can, let me lay a long time. Let me lay a long time, baby. 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 If you can, let me lay a long time, baby. Let me lay a long time, baby. I know you've been waiting on a dance like that. Don't know if I get another chance like that. Move my feet and move my hands like this. Baby, I love you forever, I promise. I hope the feeling's mutual. Love you to forever, baby, here we go. Crazy about my baby, I'ma let it show. Keeping our love moving on the dance floor. Baby, bring your body over. Let the rhythm take over. Let the rhythm take over. Oh, like a samba. Your rhythm like a conga. Making my body rumba. Bamba. Let me lay a long time, baby. Let me lay a long time, baby. Let me lay a long time, baby. Let me lay a long time.
The track is called Love You Long Time.
Let me lay a long time. Let me lay a long time.
This is Shanna Lee.
Let me lay a long time, baby. Let me lay a long time. Like a samba. Your rhythm like a conga.
If you live in South Florida or spent any time in South Florida, you'll be familiar with Visions Band.
Like a samba. Your rhythm
This young lady here
making my body rumba.
is the young lady that you typically see with this group.
Let me lay a long time. Let me lay a long time. Let me lay a long time. Let me lay a long time, baby.
The track is called Love You Long Time.
Let me lay a long time, baby. Let me lay a long time, baby. Love you for a long time. Let me love you for a long time. Let me lay a long time,
I want to say thank you to
baby. Let me lay a long time, baby. Love you for a long time.
Thank you to Althea and her healing heavenly hands. Althea is a licensed therapist, a licensed massage therapist. And if you're in South Florida, she comes to you. Just give her a call. 954-655-9000. If you're in Broad, North Miami-Dade, South Palm Beach County, just give her a call. She'll come to you. Not to say that if you live outside that area, you can't give her a call. I know she'll work it out. But typically, if you're in those areas, you want a massage therapist to come to you, you don't have time to go to one, give Althea a call, 954-655-9000, or email her at fearlater@att.net. Yeah, Shanna Lee, love you long time. So, what can I eat to reduce my risk of developing prostate cancer? Things that make you go, And that's one of the common questions that physicians tend to hear from men concerned about prostate health. Regular. Now, undoubtedly, many people, and many men specifically, hope that their doctor will rattle off a list of foods guaranteed to shield them from the disease. No, that's not how it works. But some foods have been linked with the reduction of prostate cancer. And although the proof that they actually work isn't really there, but all indications show that, yeah, you might want to lean towards these foods because they have been helpful. Instead of focusing on specific foods, what dietitians and physicians and even researchers tout an overall pattern of is healthy eating. They'll say overall, just eat healthy. And it's real easy to eat healthy. Believe it or not, it is. So, what do the experts recommend? Well, at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And you want to go for the ones that have deep, bright colors. 5 servings. Now, you might say, boy, that's a lot of food. But when you check it out, how large is a serving size, really? Not that large. We tend to eat a whole lot more than what a serving size is. And that's just because of advertising and marketing. But eat at least 5 servings a day of fruits and vegetables. Choose whole grain bread instead of white bread, and choose whole grain pasta and cereals. If you have whole grain allergies, then that's something to talk to your doctor about. But typically you want to go with that over the more processed stuff. Limit your consumption of red meat. And that includes beef, pork. I don't know why pork is on this list, because pork is really the other white meat. But they say pork, lamb, goat. Well, if lamb is on there, then goat will have to be on there too. So, curry goat lovers. And processed meats. You definitely want to stay away from those anyway. But your processed meats include things like bologna and hot dogs. Fish, skinless poultry, beans, and eggs are a good source, a good healthy source of protein. So you might want to toss that into the mix. You want to choose healthful fats, like your olive oils, your nuts, your almonds, pecans, walnuts. Those fall in your nuts category. And your avocados. Avocados are a great source of rich, healthy fat. Limit saturated fats from dairy and other animal products. Avoid particularly hydrogenated fats, your trans fats. And that's not the person who is really skinny that feels that they're fat on the inside. They really believe that they're fat. No. Not that kind of trans fat. The hydrogenated fats. And these are found in a lot of the fast foods and your packaged foods. So you want to limit your intake of those. Avoid sugar sweetened drinks such as sodas and a lot of the fruit juices. Yeah, some of the fruit juices are sugar sweetened. They're not naturally sweetened. As the sweetness comes from the fruit itself. They're artificially sweetened. You want to consume. They're not telling you to not have sweets at all, but do it as an occasional treat. Cut down on your salt. Please, cut down on your salt. Follow what the Rastaman say. Ital is vital. Choose foods low in sodium by reading and comparing food labels. Read your labels. Please read your labels. Am I saying please a lot tonight? Yes. Why? Because it helps everybody, not just those with a prostate. Limit the use of canned, processed, and frozen foods. Not that you can't have it, but limit it. Watch your portion sizes. Don't gulp down your food. It's not a race. Eat slowly. And when you're full, stop eating. When you eat slowly, you actually give your body time to realize how much food you've actually taken in. When you are scarfing down your food, you actually can push more in before your brain gets that message from your stomach that says, hey, I'm good down here. Thanks. You don't need to send anything else down. Tell your mouth that you're good. That message takes longer to reach than the food takes to go down. So take your time. Eat slowly. And it also helps with digestion. So, things to consider. Stay active. In addition to eating a healthy diet, it is recommended that you stay active. Regular exercise pares down your risk of developing some deadly problems. When I say deadly, I mean real bad. These are the things that are taking you out. And we're not talking about dating. So regular exercise will take care of some of those problems. Your heart disease, your stroke, certain types of cancer. Yeah. Like prostate cancer can be staved off with exercise. And although relatively few studies have directly assessed the impact of exercise on prostate health, those that have been done have concluded for the most part that exercise is beneficial. Based on questionnaires completed by more than 30,000 men in health professionals follow-up studies, researchers have found an inverse relationship between physical activity and BPH symptoms. Basically, men who are more physically active were less likely to suffer from BPH. Even low to moderate intensity physical activity, like walking regularly at a moderate pace, would help. So you don't have to be going out there running the half mile or running the marathon. No, just walk a little bit, moderate pace, get in some steps. And that can make a big difference. Using data from the health professionals' follow-up study, researchers also examined the relationship between erectile dysfunction and exercise, your ED. They found that men who ran for an hour and a half or did 3 hours of rigorous outdoor work per week were 20% less likely to develop erectile dysfunction than those who didn't exercise at all. More physical activity conferred a greater benefit. Interestingly, regardless of the level of exercise, men who were overweight or obese had a greater risk of erectile dysfunction than men with an ideal body mass index. Italian researchers randomly assigned 231 sedentary men with chronic prostatitis to one of 2 exercise programs for 18 weeks. Get this, 18 weeks. Aerobic exercise, which included brisk walking, and non-aerobic exercise, which included leg lifts, sit-ups, and stretches. Each group exercised a minimum of 3 times a week. At the end of the trial, men in both groups felt better, but those in the aerobic exercise group experienced significantly less discomfort, anxiety, and depression, and had an improved quality of life. So, yeah, you might get in some exercise with your non-aerobic workout, but get in some aerobics, that's special. That will really, really, really help you. And it's one of those things that cannot be stressed enough. Go ahead. Get your exercise in. Because everybody benefits from it. Men, women, children. Everybody benefits. Get in some exercise. You know, later on we'll touch on it in a minute. But get in your exercise, because again, an improved quality of life, you can't beat that. You can't you don't have time or you don't have the resources to get a gym membership. If you work on a building with stairs, walk instead of taking the elevator. Even if you work on the ground floor, take some time out during the day. Either walk around the building, if it's a single-story building, or just go and walk up and down the stairs occasionally as you go through the day. These little things help. And, you know, the old Jamaican saying, one cocoa full basket, every mickle make a muckle. Every little bit makes a big difference and will help you in the long run. Everybody else is happy. Again, happy prostate, happy life.
You don't have pain. This love is no game.
Kevas. This is Kevas and Pain.
Perfect lover, you're mine. Perfect lover.
Yeah, the track is called Perfect Lover.
You always will be. You fit in my life perfectly. Perfect lover, you're mine. Perfect lover. I want you by my side night and day. I won't have it any other way. You are my perfect lover. You are my perfect lover. You are my perfect lover. You are my perfect.
No one would ever understand, but we know where we're coming from. Girl, you are the perfect one. We can't get enough of each other, no.
It's a mystery how we all started. I thought by now we would have parted. but the love keep growing strong. It seems like we can't do no wrong.
Perfect lover, you're mine. Perfect lover. Together we always will be. You fit in my life perfectly. Perfect lover, you're mine. Perfect lover. I want you by my side night and day. I won't have it any other way. You are my perfect lover. You are my perfect lover. You are my perfect lover. You are my perfect. One look at you, and I swear you are amazing.
After so many years, I'm having the same kind of feeling.
Let's keep this love alive. So glad we're together. I will love you all my life.
This love is forever.
Perfect lover, you're mine. Perfect lover. Together we always will be. You fit in my life perfectly. Perfect lover, you're mine. Perfect lover. I want you by my side night and day. I won't have it any other way. I won't have it any other way. I won't have it any other way.
We stay together, loving each other.
More and more and more. Nothing at all can tear us apart. Our love will grow stronger every day.
You're mine.
Perfect lover, you're mine. Perfect lover. Together we always will be. You fit in my life perfectly. Perfect lover, you're mine. Perfect lover. I want you by my side night and day. I won't have it any other way.
My perfect lover. Yeah, yeah, my perfect lover.
I won't have it any.
We're gonna take a quick little break.
No way.
Tell the world.
I won't have
When we come back, we talk some more
love for life.
about prostate and prostate health. We'll be right back.
JTMC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, The Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with The Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy B, Denny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations on the rhythm: Zeal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skelenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
I'm in almost every school bus and classroom. You see me around the neighborhood and you tell me that I'm a pretty good kid. Well, I'm one out of every 5 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger.
Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank for ways to help.
Every dollar you donate helps provide 8 meals for kids like me. We are Feeding America, brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. your links to worship and praise. When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Hey, baby. I just want to get close to you.
Come on, Joanna. Let's go. Joanna Marie working out with Peter G. Their rendition of Close to You. The rhythm is called the Bedroom Mood Rhythm. You can expect some wicked tunes from this rhythm. Yeah. I want to get close to you too. I don't want to keep getting close to you. So there are certain things that I need to do to take care of me so that I can get close to you, because I don't want to just get close to you and just sit down there and do nothing all the time. Right? So we have recognized that older men tend to have larger prostates than younger men because the prostate grows as the men age, right? Cool. The enlargement of the prostate is not, and I again will repeat, it's not the result of cancer. Not all the time, anyway. And when it is not the result of cancer, it is known as benign prostatatic. Now, it's funny. It's kind of two names. One, I don't know why it is. I didn't check it out. So if somebody wants to check that out and find out for me, you can go ahead and hit us up before the show is out. Call our text 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. So one bit of research calls it benign prostatatic hypertrophy. Another calls it benign prostatatic hyperplasia. Is one wrong and one right? I don't know. Is one used more than the other? I don't know. But in my bit of research, I found both. So if you heard about it as hypertrophy or hyperplasia, it's the same thing. It's BPH. And we know it can cause, or we've learned tonight already, that this can cause a problem with urination, and some treatments can actually lead to sexual problems and other side effects. That part we didn't learn. So, an enlarged prostate directly affects a man's ability to urinate. And because of that, you have things happening like a frequent need to urinate, a feeling that the bladder wasn't emptied, intense urges to urinate. You'll have a weak urine stream and problems starting or stopping urination. All of those things come with an enlarged prostate. Prostate issues can also cause sexual problems. And I know at this point, a bunch of men going, what? We don't want to mess with that. The extent of any sexual problem varies according to the condition of the prostate. And some common sexual side effects include erectile dysfunction, reduced sexual satisfaction, problems maintaining an erection, and decreased libido. Funny enough, a lot of these things also happen with the lack of exercise. Pum pum pum. Bet you never connected those dots. And these conditions may also vary depending on age, genetics, and, funny enough, anxiety. Depending on your anxiety levels, the conditions can also vary. So, your BPH and your ED are separate conditions, but they're both connected. ED usually means that a man is not able to achieve or maintain an erection. And although ED may be caused by a variety of health problems like heart disease, diabetes, low testosterone levels, or psychological issues, it can also be made worse by BPH, benign prostatatic hyperplasia, or hypertrophy. Some medications used to treat an enlarged prostate can actually also cause erectile dysfunction. So go figure. It's taking care of the thing that provides the semen for the ejaculation as a result of the erection, but it takes away the erection. So, what? But some medication used to treat ED can also help to improve symptoms of BPH. Although no medication prescribed for ED has been proved to treat an enlarged prostate, early studies suggest that men who take erectile dysfunction medications may experience some relief from their prostate problems, if that's what they have. Several erectile dysfunction medications have shown some success in treating enlarged prostates. And these include Levitra, Viagra, and Cialis. Now, these also happen to be three of the most popular medications that are the most frequently advertised medications on US television. We know that Big Pharma is one of the largest financial entities in the US. And we know that their reach go far. So these three being in medical findings are not really surprising. Not counting them out, not ruling them out, but just saying, listen, be mindful, read the labels, get all the information you can. One study showed that men who took 10 milligrams of vardenafil twice a day for 8 weeks experienced marked improvement in their prostate symptoms compared to a similar group who took a placebo. Okay. Doesn't mean that it will work 100% of the time. Another study found men who took up to 5 milligrams of tadalafil daily saw a significant improvement in both their prostate and ED symptoms. Before taking erectile dysfunction medication to treat symptoms of an enlarged prostate, please speak to a physician. Erectile dysfunction medications have potential side effects that can make them unsafe for some men. And if you have suffered a stroke or you have unstable angina, you've had heart attack or uncontrolled high blood pressure, you might want to stay away from these erectile dysfunction medications. But you also want to be mindful of the doctor that will prescribe to you these medications and then say, well, you're on medication also for your stroke, your angina, your heart attack, your high blood pressure. And if not, let me write you a prescription for that too. Again, everything in moderation. The American Cancer Society recommends that certain men get their prostate screened regularly after discussing the risks and benefits with their doctors. And those include men over 50 with an average risk of developing prostate cancer, those over 45 with moderate risk, and those over 40 with a high risk. My doctor suggested that I get screened regularly. And that is because of prostate cancer in my family history. So it would be wise for me to get screened regularly. It would be wise for me to exercise regularly. It would be wise for me to take these very same bits of information that I'm presenting to you and apply it to my life. And I do. Just so that you know. I do. A prostate screening can help rule out cancer as a cause of a person's symptoms. In general, a man should seek medical attention if he experiences any symptom of an enlarged prostate. Again, it's one of those experiences that is not going to keep you from going to the doctor. You're definitely going to want to go get it checked out. So, what kind of treatments are there? There options that may help reduce the severity of enlarged prostate symptoms. A man experiencing symptoms should explore the choices available with his doctor. Talk it out. Ask the questions. Treatments include medications, surgical options, and remedies or home remedies or other lifestyle changes. Talk it out. Do the research before you decide on something. Some medications available to treat enlarged prostates include doxazosine, terazosine, finasteride, dutasteride, tamsulosin. All these medications, most of us will not ever remember what those medications are, but your doctor will. And you can write them down, and then you can research them. And this is after getting the information that your doctor is going to present to you, because you're going to ask. And if you're not going to ask, you should consider asking your doctor about all these medications. If his or her is suggesting them as an option, they should be able to give you some information on them. But again, these medications can lead to reduced sex drive, problems maintaining an erection, or even problems getting an erection. Your surgical options include transurethral resection of the prostate, your TURP, your TURP. And what happens there is some of the prostate is removed. Then you have your transurethral incision of the prostate, where grooves are made in the prostate. Then you have your transurethral your transurethral microwave thermotherapy. This is where microwaves destroy excess prostate tissue. Now, please don't go say you're going to treat yourself and sit on the microwave. That's not how it works. Then you have your prostatic urethral lift. And this is where the prostate tissue is moved away from the urethra. The TURP, the TURP, transurethral resection of the prostate, is a well-established treatment for an enlarged prostate. But it is the most invasive of all the options. Compared with other procedures, TURP also results in more sexual side effects, like erectile dysfunction, and also ejaculation problems. Yes, the point was the pause was intentional, because we're getting there. Men who have undergone TURP, TURP, have also reported dry ejaculation, which means the semen enters the bladder, and rather than coming out of the penis, it enters the bladder instead of coming out of the penis during ejaculation. So it goes backwards. And actually, there's some medication that may cause that to happen also. I know when I was given my medication, doctor said, hey, listen, don't panic if this happens to you. You get your orgasm and you feel like you ejaculate, but you don't really see much evidence of it. You don't see a lot of semen, or you don't see the amount of semen that you normally do. You may not see any at all. But don't panic. It's not going to kill you. It will come out. It just went into your bladder. And I was like, oh, cool. That's good to know ish. Thanks. But so it's not only that procedure that could make that happen. Some of the medication that you get could possibly make that happen also. If you have an enlarged prostate and you're being treated for it, in the cases of prostatitis, for example. But there are also some home remedies. According to Prostate Cancer UK, lifestyle changes can alleviate symptoms of an enlarged prostate. And some of these things include reducing the intake of alcohol, sweeteners, and fizzy soda. Avoid drinking in the evening and before bed. Yes, get up out of bed in the morning and have all your alcohol then, and then go through your day. No, reduce your alcohol intake. Seriously speaking. You want to check whether medicines are contributing to symptoms, and you want to maintain a healthy weight. Again, every person can benefit from regular exercise, even moderate exercise. Regular exercise can improve cardiovascular health and blood flow. Kegel exercises can especially improve symptoms associated with an enlarged prostate. Yes, gentlemen, Kegel exercises. Men can do them too. It's exercising the pelvic area, not just it's not just for women to tighten up their pelvic muscles. Men have pelvic muscles too. And Kegel exercises can help men. Many men will develop an enlarged prostate as they age. That's just how it is. And because the gland does not stop growing throughout the lifetime, men, as they age, should get regular prostate screenings. Cannot stress it enough. Please, get screened. Get checked. Several medications, lifestyle changes, and surgical options are available to help reduce the effects of living with an enlarged prostate. There are options out there. And with proper treatment, typically, most of us men will maintain a regular sex life. It will not be adversely affected. Typically. Now, despite the importance of prostate cancer and the fact that it is so well known or heard of in many circles, the cause of prostate cancer still remains unknown. And scientists do not know that genetics, well, they do know that genetics play a strong role, and they have sound evidence that diet and other lifestyle factors are also important. But since the prostate is a reproductive organ that produces fluid for the ejaculate, then researchers have long wondered if sexual factors influences a man's risk of prostate cancer. But a Harvard study provides good news for sexually active men. What good news is this? Well, the health professionals follow-up study has been collecting information about a large group of volunteers since 1986. All the men are healthcare providers, including dentists, pharmacists, veterinarians, optometrists, ophthalmologists, and podiatrists, all in the medical field. Most of them are white. In 1992, 29,342 men between the ages of 46 and 81 provided information about their average number of ejaculations per month in young adulthood, which is between the age of 20 and 29, middle age between 40 and 49, and in the most recent year. Now, ejaculations included sexual intercourse, nocturnal emissions, also known as wet dreams, and masturbation. The volunteers provided comprehensive health and lifestyle data every 2 years until the study concluded in the year 2000. The scientists found no evidence. Here we go. The scientists found no evidence that frequent ejaculations mark an increased risk of prostate cancer. I'll say it again. I'll repeat it. The scientists found no evidence that frequent ejaculations marked an increased risk of prostate cancer. What they did find was actually the reverse. High ejaculation frequency was linked to a decreased risk. Compared to men who reported 4 to 7 ejaculations per month across their lifetimes, men who ejaculated 21 or more times a month enjoyed a 31% lower risk of prostate cancer. And the results held up to rigorous statistical evaluation, even after other lifestyle factors and the frequency of PSA testing were taken into account. Hey. The scientists, I was going to say the scientists have spoken, but they're doing the test. They have done the test. An Australian study of 2,338 men examined the impact of sexual factors on the occurrence of prostate cancer before the age of 70. Now, like the Harvard research, the Australian investigation evaluated the total ejaculations rather than sexual intercourse itself. Like the American men, the Australians who ejaculated most frequently enjoyed reduced risk of prostate cancer. The effect was strongest for the frequency of ejaculations in young adulthood. Even though prostate cancer was not diagnosed until after many decades or decades later, the benefits were higher in younger men. And even so, the apparent protection extended to all age groups. In all, men who averaged 4.6 to 7 ejaculations a week were 36% less likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer before the age of 70 than men who ejaculated less than 2.3 times a week on average. Stick a pin. How do you get the 0.6 and the 0.3 in there with an ejaculation? I'm asking for me. I'm not asking for a friend. I'm asking for me. How does one do that? I'm curious. Can anybody help me, please? Because if I'm going to have 0.6 of an ejaculation or 0.3, if I'm going to have a 0.6 ejaculation, I may as well have a full out ejaculation. And if I'm going to have a 0.3, let's not do anything at all. Whether I'm doing it myself or I'm getting help. The studies from the United States and Australia do little to answer the critical questions. But they open a new avenue for research. Since both report that a high frequency of ejaculation early in adulthood has the greatest impact on the risk of prostate cancer decades later, they call attention to the role of events early in life, when the prostate is developing and maturing. There is certainly precedent for a long lag between cause and effect. Now, take into consideration these things. Childhood sunburn is a major risk factor for malignant melanomas in adulthood. So, childhood sunburns could translate into skin cancer as an adult. And prenatal factors that influence birth weight appear to influence the lifetime risk for hypertension and heart disease. So, regular, frequent ejaculation early in adulthood. Men, fathers, grandfathers, take note of this, because your sons and your grandsons, your nephews, your charge, these young men are growing up. Have the conversation with them about ejaculation, because it could prevent them from getting prostate cancer later on in life. It sounds like a weird conversation to have, but do you want to be comfortable, or do you want your son or your grandson to have a long, healthy life? Which is it? Do you yourself want to reduce your risk of prostate cancer if it hasn't developed yet, or if it is in development stage, it may help to reverse it? Are you going to take matters into your own hands? No pun intended, but you can go ahead and stick it in there. Okay, maybe I should stop now. In 1807, William Wordsworth wrote, "The child is father of the man." With respect to prostate cancer, sexual activity in adolescence may be a predictor of risk in adulthood. In other words, you increase the amount of ejaculations, and it could reduce your risk of prostate cancer in adulthood. I'm just saying.
I've been really trying, baby.
Musical therapy time.
Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Woo! Let's get it on. Hey, babe.
It's the uncommissioned remix of Hush Darling. This is Marvin Gaye working out with Joanna Marie.
Lay it on, bright and early, 'cause the heat is on.
Or Joanna Marie working out with Marvin Gaye.
Ready, let us lay it on now. Now that we are moving the
I want to thank JTMC for sponsoring the previous segment. I know I didn't say it before, but thank you very much. JTMC takes care of your entertainment, your tour management, your bookings, your event management, your social media management, your promotions. Just go ahead and give them a call. They'll answer. They'll take care of your business for you. 678-793-8800. That's 678-793-8800, or visit them at jtmc.com. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you, okay?
Trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Woo! Let's get it on. Hey, babe. I want you close to me. Let's get it on. Love, baby.
We're gonna lay it on, bright and early, 'cause the heat is on, yeah. And I know that you're ready. Let us lay it on now. Now that we are moving in the groove.
while and seeing you smile makes me wonder what's been on your mind. It's been a while, it took some time to like we used to chill and play for a while. Maybe I've been a little occupied. To keep you smiling, babe, I gotta hustle over time. Now it seems to me you wanna ask me if my love is true. Just in case you are wondering, make no mistakes about my feelings for you. And I'm so in love with you. Yes, I'm so. All I do for you. Everything I do, I'm so in love with you. Baby, I swear this is the truth. All I do for you. Maybe I could spend more time with you, baby. Maybe I could have told you more times that I do, baby. Maybe I could again kiss you more, yeah. Just to show you my love for you is secure. Baby, I'd walk 100,000 miles, baby, just to keep you happy and satisfied, baby. Whoa. Now it seems to me you wanna ask me if I still do, yeah. Just in case you're wondering, made no mistakes about my feelings, baby. I'm so in love with you, and this the way I feel. All I do for you. Said I'm so in love with you, baby. This is the truth. All I do for you, baby. Seems to me you wanna ask me if I still do. Just in case you are wondering, make no mistakes about my feelings for you. I'm so in love. I'm so in love. All I do. I'm so said I'm so. This is the truth. All I do for you. I'm so in love with you. I'm so. All I do, and all I do for you. I'm so in love with you, baby. I swear this is the truth, baby. All I do for you. I do. I love you.
This is Sadiki. His rendition is of I Want to Wake Up With You.
I want to wake up with you. Come, let me lay by your side now. Come, let me feel your heart. And through the night, I want to hold you tight. I want to wake up with you. All the love inside me has been sleeping.
music to my song. I wanna wake up with you, baby. I wanna reach out and know that you're there. I want you to be the first thing that I see. I wanna wake up with you. Hey girl, and throughout the night, I wanna hold you tight. I wanna wake up with you. All the love inside me has been sleeping, waiting until the right one came along. You can share the love that I've been keeping. You can put the music to my song. I wanna wake up with you. Wake up, baby. I wanna reach out and know that you're there. I want you to be the first thing that I see. I wanna wake up with you. All the love inside me has been sleeping, waiting until the right one came along. You can share the love that I've been keeping, baby. You can put the music to my song. I wanna wake up with you. Yes, girl. I wanna reach out and know that you're there. And I want you to be the first thing that I see. I wanna wake up with you. I wanna live by your left side. I wanna feel every beat of your heart. And throughout the night, I wanna hold you tight. I wanna wake up with you.
It has been quite a while since I told you that I loved you. Though I did it my style, I truly meant what I said. I want you to decide what's working for me. But when push comes to shove, I will put you above all the rest.
This is Pluto Shervington.
Was never really good at sending flowers.
Track called Sending Flowers.
I can promise many days and happy hours. Maybe it would be the best thing for us if I could sing to you like berries and taros.
If I could sing like berries and taros, my goodness.
Sweet notes and long love letters. But you knew me before. You knew I never was that way. If you're thinking that I should tell you any better, then let me do what I do best and send it to you from my heart. I was never any good at sending flowers. Many days and happy hours. Well, maybe I could express myself better by singing to you like that chorus in that jar. Maybe then my love you will understand. I was never any good at sending flowers. I can promise many days and happy hours. If I could sing to you like berries or taros, maybe then my love you will understand.
This is Gramps. A track called Darling It's You. See if I can help out the men with their prostate issues tonight.
When I think of the sweetest time when I'm with you, all is well, and I'm living a perfect life, darling, with you. Darling, it's you, yeah. As our love grows stronger, yeah. I don't plan to ease up the pace, yeah. Times I wish we could speak longer, yeah. But for now I'll just say to you, yeah. Darling, it's you that I want when I'm feeling down inside. Darling, it's you that I love when I think of the sweetest time when I'm with you. All is well, and I'm living a perfect life, darling, with you. Darling, it's you, yeah. Oh, I'm missing you, darling. Finally, I'm coming home to you, yeah. To show you my love and how much I care, yeah. Can't wait to hold and kiss and embrace you, my love. We're gonna light the fire.
I want to take this opportunity to say thanks to GMAC Music Solutions for sponsoring this segment of the show. GMAC Music Solutions providing stage production services, musical equipment, PA systems, DJs, bands, singers, engineers, audio engineers, that is. Just give them a call, 754-307-GMAC, 754-307-G, as in 4622 GMAC. Or visit them at gmaxmusicsolutions.com. It was requested, so let me just do it.
As I'm feeling overwhelmed, yeah. 'Cause I've worked the hardest day, yeah. Before I rest my weary head, yeah. I just wanna say to you, yeah. Darling, it's you that I want when I'm feeling down inside. Darling, it's you that I love when I think of the sweetest time when I'm with you. All is well, and I'm living a perfect life, darling, with you. Darling, it's you, yeah. As our love grows stronger, yeah. I don't plan to ease up the pace, yeah. Times I wish we could speak longer, yeah. But for now I'll just say to you, yeah.
when I'm with you, all is well, and I'm living a perfect life, darling, with you. Darling, it's you, yeah, darling, with you. Darling, it's you, yeah, darling, darling, it's you. From the first time that I laid my eyes, you got me wondering, what a feeling, so revealing. You got me thinking,
This is Benji Myers.
how could this be? You and me,
Track called Hooked on You.
our lives together.
And I'm totally hooked right here, right now.
You got me hooked on you. I don't know what I'm gonna do without your love. Oh yes, I mean it. You got me hooked on you. I don't know what I'm gonna do without your love. Oh yes, I mean it. We now and forever, let's stay together, even through the fire. I hope you can see just what you mean to me. This is how our love should be. And I know that we've got places to go. So I know that our love can grow. I know that you know what I'm trying to say. So baby, how do you wanna end today? You got me hooked on you. I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. Oh yes, I mean it, baby. You got me hooked on you. I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. Oh yes, I mean it. Ooh-wee. From the first time that I laid my eyes, you got me wondering, what a feeling, so revealing. You've got me thinking, how could this be? You and me.
I want to say thank you for tuning in tonight. I hope I gave you some information that is quite useful and helpful. I want to invite you to join me tomorrow night as we close out the night shift week with a Real Talk, also known as Marlon's favorite night shift show. Right after Real Rockers with Marlon Boyle.
What I'm trying to say, so baby, I know you wanna end today. You got me hooked on you.
Tonight I'm gonna close out with the soon to be released single from Ed Robinson. Yeah, I'm even telling you before I start playing it.
You got me hooked on you.
His rendition of Why I Love You.
Know what I'm gonna do without your love. Oh yes, I mean it. You got me hooked on you.
I'll catch you all tomorrow. God sparing, all being well. Y'all have yourselves a great night now, okay? This is how I leave you. But I'm not permanently gone. Just taking a break.
I found love in you, and I learned to love me too. Never have I felt that I could be all that you see. It's like a heart that intertwined into the perfect harmony. This is why I love you. Oh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. This is why I love you. Oh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. I found love.
smile chases all the pain away. Forever and a while, in my heart is where you stay. This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. Stars are all aligning right now. Is the perfect time to say I love you, 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 I do. This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.